Detailed procedure for offset mechanism. This presentation explains the detailed procedure for the offset mechanism under India's carbon credit trading scheme. The scheme is issued under the regulatory framework of the Bureau of Energy Efficiency, commonly known as BEE. The objective of this session is to provide a structured understanding of how offset projects generate carbon credits within the CCTS framework. Background. India has introduced the Carbon Credit Trading Scheme, or CCTS, under the Energy Conservation Act, 2001. The Bureau of Energy Efficiency has been designated as the nodal authority for implementing the scheme. One of the most important components of CCTS is the offset mechanism, which enables participation beyond mandatory compliance. Introduction to offset mechanism. The offset mechanism allows the generation of carbon credits through verified emission reduction projects. These projects are typically outside the scope of mandatory emission targets. By ensuring that emission reductions are real, measurable, and verified, the offset mechanism supports transparency and credibility in India's emerging carbon market. Purpose of offset mechanism. The offset mechanism aims to encourage voluntary emission reduction initiatives across sectors. It promotes adoption of energy-efficient technologies and cleaner processes. Additionally, it provides flexibility to obligated entities under CCTS and supports the long-term development and depth of India's domestic carbon market. Welcome to MindSync. MindSync is a professional organization providing compliance, consulting, legal and advisory services. We help in providing all kinds of certificates and registrations. In this session, we will walk through the detailed procedure of the offset mechanism in a step-by-step manner. The focus will be on understanding the complete process, key stakeholders, documentation requirements, and approvals involved. By the end, you will clearly understand how carbon credits are generated under CCTS. Overview of offset mechanism steps. The offset mechanism follows a structured process. It begins with identification of an eligible project, followed by project registration. Emission reductions are then monitored and verified by an accredited agency. Finally, after approval, carbon credits are issued and recorded in the National Registry. Step 1: Identification of offset project. In the first step, the entity identifies a suitable emission reduction project eligible under the offset mechanism. The project must follow an approved methodology. Baseline emissions are established to understand emissions without the project, and additional emission reductions achieved due to the project are clearly identified. Step 2: Project registration. Once identified, the project must be registered on the National Carbon Registry. During registration, project details, baseline information, and the monitoring plan are submitted. This step is mandatory and must be completed before any claim for carbon credits can be made under the offset mechanism. Step 3: Implementation of project. After registration, the project is implemented strictly as per the approved plan. This may involve changes in technology, processes, or operational practices. Emission reduction activities begin at this stage, and implementation must remain consistent with the approved methodology throughout the project period. Step 4: Monitoring of emission reductions. Emission reductions achieved by the project are monitored on a periodic basis. Data is collected as per the approved monitoring plan. Measurement instruments must be properly calibrated and maintained. Accurate records are essential, as this data forms the basis for third-party verification. Step 5: Verification. In this step, an independent and accredited verification agency verifies the project. The verifier checks monitoring data, emission calculations, and project implementation. The objective is to confirm that the claimed emission reductions are real and accurate. A detailed verification report is then prepared. Step 6: Submission of verification report. The verification report, along with all supporting documents, is submitted on the National Carbon Registry. The project proponent also provides a declaration confirming that there is no double counting of emission reductions. The submitted report is then forwarded for further review. Step 7: Review and approval. The Bureau of Energy Efficiency reviews the submitted verification report. Compliance with CCTS rules and adherence to approved methodologies are carefully checked. If all requirements are met and no discrepancies are found, approval is granted for issuance of carbon credits. Step 8: Issuance of carbon credits. After approval, carbon credits are officially issued under the scheme. These credits are recorded in the National Carbon Registry. Each carbon credit represents a verified unit of emission reduction. Once issued, the credits become available for utilization or trading is permitted under CCTS. Utilization of carbon credits. Carbon credits issued under the offset mechanism can be used for compliance purposes by obligated entities. They can also be traded in the carbon market, subject to scheme rules. Banking of credits may be allowed, providing flexibility and supporting long-term emission management strategies. Safeguards in offset mechanism. The offset mechanism includes strong safeguards to ensure integrity. Double counting of emission reductions is strictly prohibited. Third-party verification is mandatory, and all credits are tracked through a centralized registry. These measures ensure transparency, accountability, and auditability of the system. Record keeping and compliance. Project proponents must maintain accurate records and supporting documents related to monitoring and verification. Reports must be submitted within prescribed timelines, and records should be retained for audits. Non-compliance with procedural requirements may result in rejection or cancellation of credit claims. How MindSync can help you. MindSync, your partner in carbon markets. MindSync provides end-to-end support for offset project development under the Carbon Credit Trading Scheme. We assist in identifying eligible projects and selecting appropriate methodologies. Our team supports baseline development, monitoring plans, documentation, and coordination with accredited verifiers. We also ensure smooth registration, verification, and credit issuance, while maintaining full compliance with BNCCTS requirements. Additionally, we offer strategic advisory for effective utilization and trading of carbon credits.